We're standing shoulder to shoulder,
Yeah.
hand to hand,
Yeah.
in a sacred war. I'm not going to debate this. This is a campaign which is beyond you and me. The war on filth must continue till all the soldiers are dead. Victory must come at all costs. You must make your own bed.
Welcome back to the final Big Brother nominations live. Now, you are deeply suspicious of Tim's war on filth,
Yeah,
aren't you?
I am.
Why?
Oh, it's just so crazy. I mean, I know he was, he chose himself to be housekeeper and he is incredibly into being clean, but I was just like, is it really necessary? Like, on and on and on. And I can't do a vest. I can't sit there and go, yep, I have to go, no, Tim, no,
But
no more.
Last night I got the feeling that you thought maybe this was game playing
Yes.
by him. In
Yes.
what way?
Well, just that he likes to play and he likes to sing, and I think that people like to see that. And so I didn't mean it in a way that I think he's like pretending or anything. I just meant it in a way that it's very clever.
Okay. Are you changing your tune
No,
now?
I'm not. I'm not.
I think you might be. Well, we can talk many more times this evening. Now, Tim is about to expose his hand on the diary room card table. Is he holding a full house this week, or is he more traumatised after Kate's eviction? Let's see how he deals his nomination cards tonight, starting with the events that impacted on him this week, which seem to revolve around the Vesna vortex.
Are you guys happy with the job you've done?
Dude, just relax, all right? If you want to have a formal dinner with your housemates, you approach them, give them plenty of notice, and you say what you want, and they are courteous enough to do exactly as you ask. You haven't done that. You've gone about in a very rushed manner and hustled everyone. Then you've started giving us all this cryptic nonsense.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but you know it's starting to try my patience. I have a big bloody pile of respect for you, but
Yep.
you know, I think you're going to understand the way you've
Yep.
gone about the stuff tonight. Now, you need to treat us in certain ways too before we can, you know, respond to you in the way that is going to be productive for both of us. Okay?
Yep, I agree.
This is Big Brother.
We've got a guest.
All housemates to the diary room. This evening, Big Brother gave Vesna a personal challenge.
What a surprise.
Vesna, you succeeded.
Thank you.
Big Brother supplied the reward. The challenge is over.
Well done, dude.
That was annoying just sitting there.
She didn't have to get all that conjecture. All she had to do was get us to a table.
Please sit here for an hour and enjoy this meal.
If she just shut up,
Yeah.
we would have had no problem at all, but she just
Kept going. She was bad at it.
For 2 points for eviction, I nominate Vesna. On Saturday night, she was given a personal challenge by Big Brother so that she could get some ice cream, and I think also she thought she was going to get a personal message from home. The way she went about it was to set up this dinner where we didn't know what was going on. She made us feel very uneasy. She started speculating that people in the house were being fake or actors and all this sort of thing. You know, Mel and Kate became upset. I became agitated, and it sort of wrecked my Saturday night, you know, and all because I think she thought she was going to get this message out of it. I found it really frustrating. You know, last week we had a task and we practically had to write Vesna into the script because she just refused almost point blank to participate in the process, in the writing of the play, and so we wrote Marilyn into the script. There's no point being a comedian in the house if you're only a comedian 20% of the time, and the rest of the time you're very hard to live with. And I think that Vesna allows herself to be very moody at times, and I've tried so hard to understand where she's coming from in terms of her family life, and I have so much time and respect for her, but I think that she hasn't returned all of that respect. For 1 point for eviction, I nominate Logan Gregg. I feel like he's letting our friendship just coast along. We went into the rewards room on the weekend, and I thought it'd be an opportunity for us to really extend and really chat. And I found myself asking him questions, you know, was he going to have kids, and was he looking forward to getting out of here so he can flirt with some different people and enjoy, you know, flirting around and you know, like trying to get him to open up and talk to me about different things. And at one point he said, "Oh, what, are you my dad?" or something like that. And I'm going, "Well, mate, I want to talk to you, you know, I want to have, you know, a friendship. We talk about emotions, or we talk about, lots of different things, and I feel like we're not doing that. You know, I think sometimes he's very schoolboy, sometimes in his humour and in his attitudes and his way. He's sort of got this thick hide, and he won't open up to you, ask you questions. I'd love him to ask me questions, and we've got very little else in here to do but work on our friendships and make them as amazing as they can be before we leave.
Tim, last week you saved Logan Gregg from nomination.
Yeah.
Are you being strategic?
No, I'm not being strategic. I've got 3 people to pick from, Big Brother. I was very worried last week that Mel was not opening up, and that she was being strategic in the way that she was approaching the house, and she was flying under the radar, so to speak. She is a bit close. She's 19 years old, you know, and she's had an interesting life, and I think she's been very shy. I think she was shy up until 3 or 4 years ago.
Tim.
Yeah.
We're discussing your second nomination.
Well, what I'm trying to say to you is that, you know, I nominated Mel last week, and I accused her of being under the radar. This week, through the task, through her acting, working so hard, and through my discussions with her, I found that she's really opened up to me. Now, you know, a week changes things, and you're questioning the decision I've made and accusing me of something. I'm allowed to take stock of my friendship with Logan Gregg, and I don't make any apologies for that, to be frank. It's not being strategic. It's about having 3 people to pick from. Now, you asked me to pick people at this late stage in the process. Now, why wouldn't you just have us all be nominated? It's ridiculous.
Tim.
Yeah.
Big Brother didn't accuse you of anything. Big Brother asked you a straightforward question.
Well, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I think there's a clear implication from the question that was asked. We're reaching a stage in the process where it is exceedingly hard to think about seriously who you're going to nominate. It's hard enough to do that, and to people that you feel very close to come in here and say all these bad things about them without having to be questioned closely as to why you're doing it.
Tim, Big Brother has every right to question your nomination. Big Brother was not asking you to change your nomination. It was a straightforward question. Your nomination has been accepted.
Wow, that was head-to-head, wasn't it?
That was.
Because you were brought to tears once in the diary room, weren't you?
More than once. More than once. Because what happens is he asks you something and you're like, oh yeah. And you sit there and you're looking down this barrel and you're like, please just go on for 1 point. Please go on to 1 point. And he doesn't. And he's like, Kate, you're not being clear and concise. And I'm like, I was. All right. And then he'll start it again. So you guys don't see probably the 2 bits. And like by the time I get to tears, it's like round 3 and I'm like, Big Brother, I'm so sorry. I just want to go back to the lounge.
Well, I thought Tim was pretty good then,
yes.
don't you?
He held himself so well.
He's articulate, and he hasn't had many occasions in the house to have such an articulate argument, let's be honest. OK, now, after the break, the man who has doubled in size since his other half left. Yes, it's Logan Gregg cracking the nomination egg.
As soon as it comes competition, I want out.
This could be the new ride at Dreamworld.
Welcome back. You're watching the final nominations for 2005, and I'm joined by our most recent evictee, the courageous Kate. But now it's time for the man who, for a moment there, had Kate's heart fluttering like a feather in the breeze. Yes, Greg. He hasn't stood out this week. When his brother left, Greg seemed to blossom, but some are saying that now, with the finish line in sight, he's neatly dancing the limbo under the radar. So let's take a look at his week, which involved playing with Tim, emotional advice from Vesna, and a scolding from Big Brother himself.